Welcome to the show, everybody. This is a late night recap of what happened today in Washington, which was fucking pure insanity. We've got Lev Parnas here. Zev Shalev's going to join us. He's busy he's trying to figure out his South African browser. He's like, I can't do it, Captain. I can't do it. Anyway, great to see everybody. Hi, y'all. Thanks for coming in. It's going to be a quick one tonight. We've got Jesus Christ. We got 3,500 people watching this.
Oh no, it's gonna get serious tonight, folks. It might not be that quick. We might have to send Dean to sleep, and I might stay with you guys.
With Zev?
We have so much. Zev, we're gonna have Zev. I think Ellie might come around. I think Waj might join us. I think actually, let me text the whole crew. Let them know.
Yeah, let them know, dude. We're gonna open up a can of whoop ass. Today was an incredible day for the resistance. Where's the Wolfpack? Where's the Wolfpack? Let's just text everybody that Michael Cohen threatened to sue on Joyanne Reed today. Joyanne, by the way, I see you and you're great.
I can't believe he tried to sue. He said
he's
going to sue us.
Did you see that today? I know you were busy advocating for the victims, but let's just start there. We've been on for 4 minutes. There's 4,000 people watching.
Guys, keep hitting those hearts, because it's
crazy
interesting today. Hold on a second. Where's our what's it called, group chat? Can you send Waj and everybody? Ellie, everybody, tell them all to join. So while I bring everybody up to speed on what's happening. So, folks, what a day. I can't even tell you. First of all, as you could see, I'm still wearing my suit. I still haven't even I just left. I had meetings with, not only was I in the congressional, we'll get to Michael Cohen in a second. Let's talk about some serious stuff a little bit first, and then we'll get
it's a Wolfpack chat. Someone just put it in the thing. I'm here for the Wolfpack chat. Michael Cohen's given us his name, the Wolfpack, and we're rabid wolves after the truth. So let's just fucking go with it. It's the Wolfpack chat tonight. Yeah.
Oh, hold on a second. Ellie just sent a text. Hold on a second. Something's happening. Hold on, guys.
This is the beautiful part of Substack, is I can sit here and text and we can be quiet for 10 seconds and everybody's like, who's coming in? Who's happening?
Let me see. Is Ellie with us? Let me see if Ellie's here.
I don't know if Ellie's here. Not sure. Let
me see.
Not sure. Anyway, nice to see you all. While Zeb's trying to tag a bunch of people, I've sent a quick text, just so you know, to the entire Wolfpack group. I want to remind everybody today was a great day for MAGA. Today was a great day for people that want the truth. Today was an incredible fucking day for democracy. Today was a day where we saw Trump and his acolytes completely fucking implode. The end is nigh, but that end is going to take around 2.5, 3 years, if you ask me. And I think it's really important that we have this conversation today, because we're going to recap not just the heroic shit that Lev did, lending his privilege to all the Epstein victims, showing up today to the hearing with Pam Bondi. You were in the room. We're going to go over that. We're going to talk about Pam Bondi's complete fucking derelict implosion as she was sitting in front of people in a congressional oversight committee, where she effectively just ran the gamut of excuses, ran out of excuses, started accusing everybody of being anti-Semitic. It's just, dude, it is the Netanyahu Trump fucking excuse show. It is being running through every single one of his proxies. You were there today, Lev. I don't know where you want to start, but we've got about, 10,000 people that are watching us right now. And I think it's really important that we start with the victory aspects of what happened today. We saw some fucking accountability and people running for their fucking lives. So let's start there.
Yeah, well, let's start there. First of all, I want to definitely give a shout out to some really incredible Congress people out there, like Jamie Raskin, incredible job. Moskowitz, incredible job. Congresswoman. Oh, there we go. Zev, there we go. Jasmine Crockett, incredible job. but a few of them, I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit upset with. There was, because not everybody today was not an organized campaign about the Epstein files. You had a lot of Congress people going off on personal tantrums, having nothing to do with the Epstein files, and I think that was a tremendous disjustice done to the survivors. One of the things I did notice today, I could tell you, sharing with everybody, I was extremely, 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 you know, how you put it, uh, didn't feel good, watching these poor women standing there. I mean, primarily they were like props. They were they all had the white shirts. They all stood in. I mean, for all those, behind Pam Bondi, and she didn't turn around once. Not one time did she turn around and face them. Not one time did she, turn around. Instead, this is the Attorney General. These are abused victims. These are survivors of abuse crimes that are sitting here that want to speak to you. They're facing to you that your door should be open to everybody. Instead, she was deflecting. She was attacking. She was insulting. And you know what? Basically, she was doing everything that Donald Trump does. If you take a look at what Donald Trump does, if Caitlin Collins asks him the wrong question, what does he do? He insults her. He attacks her. He threatens her to sue. And look at the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. It's all in that Trump environment. Look at Michael Cohen. Look what he did today. He attacked. He deflected. He lied. He threatened to sue. The best part, like what came out of Michael Cohen, the true Michael, the one thing I didn't catch a lot, but I caught one part where I think it was towards the very end, or it was maybe on his Substack that he was doing, or I don't remember where I saw this today because it's been such a crazy day, but where he was coming out and saying, reminding people that he goes, remember, I'm good at this. I'm going to sue them. I'm going to show them, reminding them of who he really is, the fixer, the Donald Trump. Because let's remember what Donald Trump did, what Michael Cohen did for Donald Trump. Donald Trump would go out there, get contractors, poor people, that he would sign a deal with them. They would go fix something for him. A contractor that probably, already he would negotiate it down to the very bare minimum, that he was working off very marginal numbers to begin with. And then when the job was done, he would send in Michael Cohen to threaten him, to sue him, to force him to take a deal. So this is what Michael Cohen does. This is why, the true Michael Cohen came. And we're going to get to him. I know I have a lot to say about Michael Cohen.
He's still doing it for Donald Trump. Nothing's changed.
Oh, yeah, Today he did it. I tell you, for those people that are blinded by Michael Cohen, and if put it this way, they want to have a war. I'm ready to go war for the survivors. And I will take them down. If they want to go down with Michael Cohen, they'll go down with Michael Cohen. They'll go down with the ship, because Michael Cohen, after today, is going down.
The nerve of this. I agree with you.
Zev, do you know he texted me afterwards? Can I read you what he texted me?
Yeah, what did he say?
after he got off with Joy Reid, I didn't even know what was going on, Joy Reid. I was inside. Remember, I was inside I was going back and forth.
Yeah, you were the Senate Oversight Committee watching Pam Bondi literally fucking implode, and you're trying to catch up with Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen goes on with Joyanne Reid. And literally, and it's funny because I watched like 5-10 minutes of it max. And while I'm watching him literally make shit up on the fly as he's reading these texts from a lawyer who says, I don't fucking know who you are, bro. I got no idea who you are. And Michael Cohen's trying to convince him that he does. And this is Katie Johnson's lawyer. So continue. Talk to us about the exchange you had with him today, because, by the way, some other people I know had an exchange with him, and I'll get to that. And he's looking for an apology. That's all he wants. He's looking for an apology.
He has to tell us the truth.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
Listen to what he texted. You're gonna flip out. At 3:12 p.m. What time did he finish with Joy? Probably literally right after. He goes, offering you yet again an opportunity to make this right and acknowledge the error. Apology is actually a demonstration of strength, not weakness. Feel free to call me if you choose to apologize.
Well,
Now, am I crazy?
For what, though? What is he asking you to apologize for, Lev?
Why isn't he apologizing? It is a strength. Michael, go ahead. Apologize for what you've said and lied about. Because what he's doing is covering up for the president of the United States still. He's still covering up for Trump's crimes.
So first of all, I want to do an official challenge to Michael Cohen, because Michael Cohen, because you will be watching this, and if there's anybody there, can please go tell him, because I'm going to text him. I officially challenge you to a boxing match for charity. For charity. I picked the charity of Ukraine. You could pick whatever charity you want. And 3 rounds. We could do 4 rounds, 2 rounds, anything you want. You could call the rules. 8-ounce gloves, no gloves, bare knuckle, Brooklyn style, 60, whatever you want, Michael.
Live from Brighton Beach.
Live from, and let's do, and let's say, because you talk like such a tough guy. You know what I'm saying to you? You're a little peon. That's what you are. And I'm done with you going out there and talking behind people's back. Come with your lawsuits, because be careful you don't get what you wish for, because you know what, how you're threatening suit. Watch out, we don't sue you.
Yeah, Michael. Right. I mean, there is Michael Wolf did that. Remember, Michael Wolf did that with Donald Trump with his anti-slap laws. They apply here, Michael Cohen. They apply. So,
and that's a great point. And there's something that Michael Cohen and everybody else that has an issue with the truth that we're looking for, the truth that we're advocating for, the victims that we're advocating for, the basic reality we're trying to bring back in a post-truth society, is that there's something called slap law, right? And listen, I've been sued by people under this, and I've won every time. And I understand it completely, because my lawyer, Damian Bunchma, who's a great guy, has explained this to me to the fucking detail. And the detail is, you say shit, I say shit, but my shit means something. Your shit doesn't, because my shit is based in fact.
Look what I just sent him. I just want you to see it.
I will see you in court. The Wolfpack.
I mean, he's even allowed to. We're not even making allegations about him. We're making allegations about the president of the United States. I don't think he can sue on that behalf. I mean, and the allegations we're making are just, we want to find out more information. I want to know exactly what happened to Katie Johnson or not, and I want to know exactly what happened to that house in Palm Beach. What happened to the Ed Maison Amity, and why did he get all that money from Rubelov? Why did he get it?
And why did he get all that money when Trump got elected to office from all, $500,000? What was that from that? What was that Russian company for lobbying?
It was from Intratus company. What was it called again? But it was interested, somebody connected to Vexelberg.
Vexelberg, exactly. Yeah. And remember how close friends he is with Howard Lutnick. Their neighbors, their kids play together. They're such, how come, this is the interesting part. How come Michael Cohen is not like calling you, Zev, or calling Ellie, or calling and saying, hey, can we sit down, guys? Let me tell you what I know. Can we look at these things together? Let me take a look at the file. But let me ask you a question. Has Michael Cohen, and do any of you know that Michael Cohen even looked through these files ever? Like, to see maybe he could see what's redacted or not. The only thing I ever heard Michael Cohen say is that Trump did nothing wrong. Did he?
I saw Michael Cohen's name in Jeffrey Epstein's files in an email today. Someone sent me that he was mentioned in an email regarding a real estate deal in Jeffrey Epstein's exchanges. So, maybe Michael Cohen knows Jeffrey Epstein really well. It would be really fun to find out how well Michael Cohen and Jeffrey Epstein know each other, and why their correspondence is in the inbox of Jeffrey Epstein. Because I don't know the answer to that question.
Well, not only that, why is Jeffrey Epstein calling a congresswoman talking about Michael Cohen? Right. Obviously, if Jeffrey Epstein knows Michael Cohen, like, I don't understand. Like, was it one-sided here, like Michael? But the story.
And you know what, dude? Let me just bring this to the forefront. Jeffrey Epstein mentions Michael Cohen in the neighborhood of 1,200 times in 3.5 million new documents. He mentions him. I'm not saying Michael Cohen is part of the deal, but he was fucking obsessed with Michael Cohen. He was obsessed with what he might know, what he might tell people in Congress, what he might sing about. He was obsessed when Michael Cohen got fucking arrested. So the question to Michael Cohen is, and it's the question to everybody involved in the Epstein files, whose name is mentioned, where Epstein's like, oh my God, this is bad. Michael Cohen's been arrested. He's going to jail. He's going to say some shit about me. And then Michael Cohen in an email is like, Rule 35, let's get my lawyers to try and figure out whether or not I can sing and get a shorter sentence in this fucking thing. And then he sits there with Joy-Ann Reid today, and I watched him, and he's doing one of these. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, this lawyer for Katie Johnson, he doesn't remember me. So I fought with him for fucking 3 days. I fought with him for 3 days trying to make him remember me. And I'm literally watching this happen today, and I'm going, oh my God, Lev is again right about fucking everything. Michael Cohen is indeed into his fucking knees. He's up to his knees.
He didn't acknowledge Rule 35. He didn't acknowledge that they were trying to do that. He just said they didn't know about it. These lawyers just went on their own to the DNY and said, hey,
we're nice guys. We'll look for ways we can get you a shorter sentence. And we don't.
And said he knew stuff about him and Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump that was going to be incriminating, and he didn't. And that was just, they made it up.
That's
good. That's what I heard. What I heard is basically that somebody told me, because again, I didn't hear it. That was inside. What somebody told me is that Michael Cohen said that basically that he was going to just make up some shit to the DOJ and let them go search for it. He was going to tell them about a case that didn't even exist. I don't even know. Let me ask you a question, Zeb. Is he now saying that there is no case, there was no other second case, so there is no other lawyer, there was no other Jane Doe? Because this is where I'm confused. And help me because I'm confused here. So Michael Cohen calls Joy Reid and says that we need to find this lawyer that I was dealing with on the case they had to do with the Jane Doe.
Yeah.
Because this lawyer, and this is where Michael Cohen screwed up. This is how stupid he is. This is where he screwed himself. Because he thought that Lisa Bloom represented Katie Johnson. He didn't think that there could be other lawyers that represented Katie Johnson. So when he dealt with this, because I said to Joy, Joy, how does he have this lawyer's phone number? Remember the first text messages, he's arguing with the lawyer, convincing the lawyer that I'm in 2016, I'm the Mike, I spoke to you about the Jane Doe in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And the lawyer is telling him, no,
I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are. Because where Michael Cohen he completely loses is Michael Cohen was calling Katie Johnson's lawyer, the lawyer that he was dealing with. So
it sounds very credible. It sounds very credible.
I mean, if he's looking for a job as someone else's fixer, that's a pretty fucking severe detail to skip, right? Like, it's a big miss on behalf of Cohen. And your point, watching him try to convince, he was reading the text exchanges. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing. He was reading the text exchange with this lawyer who's like, I don't know who you are. I've never met you before. He goes, yes, you do. I swear. I was the guy who said, meet someone at this place in the fucking Bronx. And they're like, no one lives in the Bronx. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he goes, and then I had to convince him for the next hour and a half. Like, I was trying to tell him, you know me and I know you. And I was the guy on the thing and it had nothing to do with Katie Johnson.
He was
he's like,
intimidate a victim who had alleged that the president, or who was then just Donald Trump, had raped them, an underage girl. This is his intimidation, right? He's admitting there that he was trying to intimidate the witness.
Yes. I mean, yes, that's the whole fucking point. And and listen, if it's not Katie Johnson, it's someone else.
Yeah. So you intimidated a witness that was suing the president or charging the president, who was not the president then. with the crime.
There's a simple question to this. He's a lawyer. Where's the case number, like you asked, Zev?
Yeah.
What is the lawyer's name that you dealt with, Michael?
Yeah.
What is the lawyer? What I want to know.
He said it was Lisa Bloom all along. He did say Lisa.
No. The lawyer he dealt with, not Katie Jack.
Yeah, but he told me it was Lisa Bloom that he was dealing with. So
on the Jane Doe case.
Well, he didn't say he was dealing with her, but he said ask Lisa Bloom. So I reached out to Lisa. I haven't heard back. She didn't respond. But the case is it's if it's Lisa, it's Lisa. If you keep saying it's Lisa, that's the name that came to mind. That's what he thought the person was who was responsible for this. So,
you know what the crazy part about watching that today was, Lev, is that Cohen has this victim switch where, like, he puts on this act, and I noticed it today. You don't do it. You don't do it because you're authentic. We don't do it because we're authentic. Cohen put on this woes me act where he was like, hunched down and looking over his glasses. And he's like, I don't know. I mean, I was just doing my best to try and figure it out. And then they all fucking started coming for me. And, and I don't know what to do because I'm doing my best for all the things that I try to do. And I'm like, and I'm looking at him going, like, if I don't know this guy and what he has been capable of and what he's done, I would just walk into that conversation and go, oh, that guy's innocent of something. Like, you know what I mean? Like that guy's like, oh, that poor fucker. Like he is so down on his luck. And then I started getting this deluge today. And keep in mind, we're in the middle of covering the Bondi thing, and like I'm working and I, with the Save America movement, and I start getting inundated with and when I say inundated, I got three DMs from people on Substack going, Michael Cohen says he's going to sue you. And one of those was from Ellie Leonard, who's like, hey, what do you think? He's asking for an apology. And I'm like, I don't know, send him, new phone, who dis? Like send him that response back. And it was amazing because it kept in line with everything that you've said, Lev, about what he said to you. And you just showed us. He's like, he really thinks he's owed an apology for us saying, hey, Michael, can you tell us more? Like that, yeah. It's really, really fucking. Hey, Michael, can you tell us more about the things that you know about these victims over a 14-year period where you were Trump's fixer and you're clearly, paying off some minors? It might not be the minor in question, but you're clearly trying to figure out how to fucking intercede on Trump's behalf due to the sexual interactions he had with minors.
Yeah.
And women. And like, I watched this thing and I'm like, this guy's masterful. He's learned from the best. If you lie and you pretend you're hard done by, everybody's going to go, oh, maybe he's telling the fucking truth. I can tell you this, and Lev, you know this to be true. Michael Cohen has some truth to tell that he's unwilling to tell, and all he's trying to do is threaten us. And I can tell you this, the Wolfpack can't be threatened.
You know what? You know why it's the Wolfpack? You know that it's my name in Hebrew means wolf, and so that's the reason that it's called the Wolfpack.
Yeah. By the way, my son's one of my son's middle name is Wolf. Exactly, Wolf.
Yeah, you know that.
That's why we're the Wolfpack. But listen, guys, we're not on Michael Cohen. We're making light of it, but at the end of the day, it's very serious because I want you to understand, and I want everybody to be very clear because there's some people saying let's move on from Michael Cohen, and I want to make it clear we're going to move on now because yes, we're not going to berate that issue, but we're not moving on from Michael Cohen because Michael Cohen, just like Steve Bannon, just like Michael Wolff, just like Elon Musk, just like Peter Thiel, just like Howard Lutnick, just like Donald Trump, is in the Epstein files. And he has things that he needs to answer. The fact that he's playing these games, threatening to sue, and he's doing exactly what Donald Trump is doing. What is Donald Trump doing? He's threatening to sue any media that's asking him a question about the Epstein files.
Yeah.
That's what, same thing. So we are not going to stop with them. We're going to continue. We're going to get to the bottom. We're going to make sure that the truth comes out and, and whatever. Listen, none of us ever said what exactly Michael Cohen did. We don't know. What we know, and the only thing we all agree upon from all of our due diligence, is that Michael Cohen knows more than he's telling us. So that's the fact, folks. That's the fact. So there's no accusations. We know that he knows more than he's telling us. And we're going to get to the bottom of it. Like it or not, Michael's going to have to talk, or, either he's going to sue us or we're going to sue him, or, some way. Michael, I guess we're going to have to do discovery. Discovery it should be done. We need to get discovery, I think.
Can we do your boxing match with him before we get to discovery? I would like to see that.
Actually, we could add, I would add to the boxing match that the loser apologizes. Michael, the loser apologizes. So fine.
You're doing the fight because I'm not apologizing. Let me tell you something. This is the problem with all of this is that the survivors are, what we're talking about is whether the president of the United States and Jeffrey Epstein raped somebody together. And the Michael Cohen may know something about that, but he's not telling us the whole truth about that.
It's not right. It's not funny. I think it's
the survivors there, which we saw today, every single one of them stood up, and they did not a single one of them has been talked to by the Department of Justice or anyone at the FBI.
Yep.
Not a single person. They stood up 3 times, and in each occasion they were asked the same sort of question. Were you in any way approached by talking to anyone at the DOJ, talking to any FBI investigators? And the answer was no. Did they all try? Yes, they all tried. This is unbelievable. And now here you've got Michael Cohen, who was involved in that whole mix at the time, who knows stuff. Of course he knows stuff. He was the fixer. So if he's the fixer, he would know exactly what's going on with Donald Trump's victims not getting any response from the FBI or from the DOJ, and why they were getting intimidated and by whom. He knows.
Lev?
And the crazy part, I'll tell you, is the fact that, and look, the fact that he uses people pisses me off more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because Joy is a great journalist. Joy is a good person. And Joy was trying to do a good interview. What he did by trying to use Joy and then going out there right now, running around saying basically, didn't you see that Joy Reid agrees with me? Joy Reid agrees. Joy Reid did not agree with you. I didn't see Joy Reid agree on you. What's it called? The fact that you confused her with that the case in this Katie Johnson case, you still have to answer because, there's people that did a lot of investigative work. And I'm going to speak to Joy, and I think we're going to do a follow-up show, definitely, where Joy's going to have Zev on, Joy's going to have the Wolfpack on, where the Wolfpack will explain our evidence that we will bring. Since you had your opportunity, Michael, since you won't face us, we're going to do it on Joy. So I'm going to work that out, Zev. And so this way we're going to go on Joy's show, and we could answer the question. She could ask us the questions that she was asking Michael, and we could answer basically what we know about those answers. How about that?
With proof. That's the great part, is that, I watch Michael read these texts that he said he had today, and I'm like, oh my God, half of these sound like they're made up, and didn't show us anything, didn't see anything. And listen, the difference between, the Wolfpack and Michael Cohen, the difference between the Wolfpack and everybody else is we show you. We don't just tell you. Like, fucking words mean nothing. Nothing. And Michael Cohen is full of words. He's a funny guy. I really think he's entertaining. I really do. Like when we did the Fauci Ouchie broadcast, remember that, like 5-6 months ago? And I'm like, oh my God, what a great impression. He gets it. He's good. He's funny. He's interesting. And the real shame here is that he could use that power to help a lot of victims. He could use that humor. He could use his stroke. He could use his juice. He could use what he knows to help so many people. And he's so close to that fucking Rubicon, but he won't cross the river. He won't do the thing, which is, him saying, in my mind, and Lev, maybe you could fill us in my mind, that's him going, I know where my bread is buttered. I know if I can get back into MAGA and the good graces and show Donald Trump that, I'm on team, team boss, team you, team guy, that I might get a fucking pardon. I might get my life back.
Well, he said that. I mean, he wants a pardon. I mean, he says that he could dress it by, saying Jesse Jackson. The best part I like is he keeps telling people that he's getting me a pardon. Today I enjoy read. I was there actually, and I texted. I said, "Please, I do not want to. Don't do that for me, Michael. I don't need. No, I don't need a pardon. I'm not. I wouldn't take a pardon for. How about this? If I wanted a pardon from Trump, I could get a pardon quicker from Trump than Michael Cohen. If I really wanted a pardon from Trump." This is how stupid he is, and he knows that. That's like, it's so ridiculous. Like this guy, like Michael Cohen, is like. Anyway, I don't want.
You know what the thing is?
He's getting you going. Yeah, go ahead.
There's one really important thing that we're talking about Katie Johnson and everything, but that transaction, and I keep going back to it, of that mansion in Palm Beach, the Le Maison La Mette, that is a $50 million payment to the President of the United States from a Russian oligarch named Rubilov that is so close to Vladimir Putin. That is the money flow of Russian money into the president's coffers when he was bankrupt, or supposedly bankrupt, in 2008, months after the crash of the 2008 market, which is coincidentally when Jeffrey Epstein also got a big bonus from some unknown person to the tune of about $50 million, maybe even more. And to me, that symmetry is really striking, that it may mean that, Epstein and Trump were in sync on that deal. And that's why they got paid at the same time, because that's what it looks like to me on paper. And I'm going to detail that in the next Greatest Heist. But that is what the president is worried about, is that deal is representative of a payment from Vladimir Putin directly to Donald Trump. Much more frightening than Katie Johnson, let me tell you, is proof that the president took a $50 million payment from Vladimir Putin.
No, I think after what I've seen today, and I think it's not just one or the other. I think there's a lot of things that Trump is hiding in the Epstein files, and there's a lot of things. And we're going to go over it. If I was going to say, Dean, if you want to get some rest, Ellie's here. She could take over for you.
Yeah, you take Ellie. Guys, Lev, I just want to say this. I mean, the fact that you're in Washington, before we go, the fact that you told everybody, your followers, support me and I will go to Washington. I will hand a dossier on behalf of this entire group, the Resistance. The fact that you did that today, the fact that you put your money where your mouth is, you are a hero to so many victims. You are a man among men, and not just a hero for them, but you're also a leader among men and among women and among people that have done wrong, that want their lives back, that want to advocate for the great things. And it gives me great pleasure to count you as my friend. So thank you. I'll let you guys go on, but love you to death. And guys, have a great show. I'll talk to you soon.
Well said.
Thank you, brother.
So true.
Thank you, brother. Get some rest, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Zev, stay with me. We're going to get Ellie. Ellie just joined, and I would like to talk about what happened in the courtroom today. And let me hold on.
That was what Dean just said there is so true, because you've been working so hard to make sure the right information gets into the right hands, and you got the information into the right hands. We absolutely saw it in the Crockett, in her 5 minutes. There's a lot of information that you provided there. From
you guys, it was you, it was Ellie, it was you guys did the work. I mean, I was the messenger, but I'm so proud to be a part of your team and to have you guys, because we're actually making things happen, this whole community. And that's why, like I said, we're going to be done with Michael Cohen unless Ellie wants to say a couple of things. Oh, okay. So Ellie, first Ellie Ellie will have some Michael Cohen things, and then we're going to get into the Bondi. Go ahead, Ellie. Tell us the latest.
Because Michael Cohen landed in my DMs demanding an apology tonight at about 8 o'clock. Here's what I have to say to Michael Cohen. Everything he said today to exonerate himself is the things we said from the original beginning were the things that he did. He used the entire case that we brought up and said, here's the documents, and here's how the documents match, and here's what's going on. He used that as the reasoning that he is exonerated today. Like, it made no sense. It was like being gaslit. I was sitting there watching, and then I texted Joy after. I was like, what was that? It was like circular. And then, there was just this weird stuff, like the story about his daughter I found very gross. I just didn't.
That was gross. That was.
I don't like it's not the reaction I would think of I don't know. That bothered me. But like, here's the deal. Michael Cohen can land in my DMs. He has built a career on making people feel small. He has made a career out of making people feel less than, out of making them feel unconfident. Like, he's not going to do that to me. Like, the things that we found that are about him legitimately exist. He said that Katie Johnson didn't exist. He wasn't involved with Katie Johnson. He was involved with another case that we somehow couldn't find. He hands us paperwork for this other case that exists. Guess what? It's the same as the Katie Johnson case. Yeah. Then he uses all the things that we said existed as his reasoning why he's exonerated, which makes no sense to me. We've never said that he was threatening Katie Johnson. We said that there was like a breach of their computer system that hacked, which is why she took off. Like, I don't even know what his problem. Like, I don't know. I was not going to have a personal problem with Michael Cohen, but don't land in my DMs demanding an apology and make me feel small, because I'm not going to feel small. I'm going to keep digging, and I'm going to keep proving, and I'm going to keep getting receipts, and I'm not going to stop. So, like, threaten all you want, but I'm not the person who's going to be threatened. That's all I want to say about it.
Oh man, I love you. Yeah, absolutely. You keep going. No way. He picked the wrong group. Right. Yeah. So absolutely. No, Michael. He keeps talking. We're gonna sue him because if anybody
like what I hope he brings that to his lawyers, and they're like, they laugh. Like, what's the point? You know what I mean? If you are somebody who was in the position of Michael Cohen, who went to jail, has a reputation, like when I didn't know anything about him, I knew that he had a reputation for being dishonest. Like, that was the first thing I knew about him years ago.
Greatest liar of all time.
And why he went to jail. Like, when you have worked for Donald Trump and you have gone to prison for Donald Trump and you have the history of being Donald Trump's fixer, why would you ever open yourself up to discovery? I hope his lawyers look at him and laugh in his face. I'm done. I'm done being nice about it. Like, it's ridiculous.
And I agree with you. The more he acts like this, the more I believe he's more guilty. The more I want to dig more. The more I want to, because it doesn't make sense. Everybody, you come out there saying release the Epstein files, but then you try to block the Epstein files. Like,
you released the Epstein files. We did. Okay, here you are. Rule 35. What are you gonna what do you want to say? Like, I didn't make up that document. You guys didn't make up that document.
Did you hear what he told Joy today?
Yes. He went on a press junket with conservative news saying, I was coerced to say these things. What does he say today? He goes, well, no, I wasn't, but I felt coerced. Like, that was my feelings. Like, you went on the news and you said that those people should sue for defamation. Like, he said that those two attorneys coerced him. Like, that is defamatory. And then today he reeled it back. He said the entire interview that he was not vying for a pardon. And then Joy got it out at the end. She goes, that letter you're talking about, that's a request for a pardon. He goes, okay, maybe it is. Like,
well, it doesn't count because I'm part of it. He was giving me a pardon also. That's why
I don't get it. I don't get you cannot toe the line with this administration. There is no middle of the road. If you're going to help and you're going to do this, you have to do it to the fullest extent. You can't be like, yeah, but I'm still hanging out a little bit over here. You cannot do that. You have to make a decision, and he's not made a decision. And so here we are going around in circles and saying that, like, this document exonerates me. Yeah, this document I handed to you last week. Like, what are you talking about? I don't get it.
Exactly. No,
he's intimidating us, or trying to intimidate us, and he's trying to intimidate us from doing the job that we're doing, which is exposing him and exposing Epstein and exposing Trump, because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to basically attack our ability to speak freely through these lawsuits. We are reporting the truth. We're reporting the facts. We're doing a public service, and on top of it, this is a public figure. We're allowed to do this. We should be doing this. The president is a public figure. We can question anything that we want to about the president. He has ways of responding if he wants to, but it's our job to investigate what he is doing. That's our job.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I wouldn't be surprised that, maybe, who knows, maybe Michael Cohen is being pushed by the president or the GOP
I
to
think so.
act like a
He wants a
distraction
pardon. He wants a pardon.
exactly. So but I'll tell you this, guys, we're gonna get to the bottom of Michael Cohen.
Yeah.
We're not gonna leave it alone. We're gonna dig harder. We're gonna find out the truth, and this is just the beginning, not the end. But we have a lot more to go over. I just want to say this: super props out to Ellie, Zev, Brian Krasenstein, my son Aaron, Kate, Justice, to the team today. We've handed over the package. The past couple of days, these guys have been working really hard through the night, last minute type of stuff, emailing me last night. Jay, our volunteer, flew in today with the copies. We were able to get it to Congresswoman Crockett. Ellie was able to also speak to her, give her incredible information to be able to go into the skiff. And that's why right now, the most important thing that we have is communication. We've opened up a line of communication with several members of Congress, where we're going to be able to now just not only expose this stuff here on Substack, but we're going to be able to help them do their job and expose this stuff in Congress and put more pressure and more pressure on these people. So props out to you guys. Great work. Today was, I could tell you, even though it was upsetting to sit there and watch that, because I don't know what to call it, because it was embarrassing. It was, shameful. It was all, you could use a lot of different things. But the one thing that I could say is that, if we keep doing what we're supposed to be doing and keep putting the pressure, somebody said, Zeb, we should do that. We should get Wolfpack t-shirts. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. You know what? I'm gonna get it. We're gonna get a Wolfpack
send him
t-shirt.
one. Just send him a t-shirt and be like, here.
I'm gonna send him. That's a great idea.
Annoying. I just don't get it. Like, I was showing my husband. I'm like, he's in my DMs demanding an apology. It's just like,
he sent me a text message.
Demanding apologies for what? We asked questions. We didn't do anything. We asked.
And I think, and I'm sure he's gonna look at. I don't know. I don't personally. I don't like how he treats women, and so I'm sure he's gonna try to go after me because it feels like his easiest line of defense. I don't know, but I'm just like,
we're not gonna allow him. Don't even.
I mean, he can try. Let's
not give him any more energy. He doesn't deserve it. Let him have his little victory day where he thinks, that whatever it is, listen, we're going to continue doing what we're doing. Tomorrow we're going to be exposing more Epstein files, and if his name comes up again, we're going to be exposing it again. At the end of the day, whatever he's doing, it is what it is, just like Trump and all of them, their day is coming, and that's the important part. And let me ask you guys, you were watching the whole thing. Like, what was? Give me some of your takes because of the Pam Bondi. What are each one of you? Give me some of your. What were you seeing? Some of the biggest moments you would think today's Zev.
I think the moment Ted Lieu asked Pam Bondi, brought up the incredible documentation that showed that Trump was, talking to Jeffrey Epstein about a rape of this girl, and the limo driver at the time, if I'm not mistaken, overheard this conversation. And I think he also asked the girl why she wouldn't, talk to the police about it, and she said that they would kill her. And in fact, what happened was that she was found dead with her head blown off, and was ruled a homicide. And Ted Lieu rightly was asking Pam Bondi why that isn't evidence of a crime, because she did earlier on in that same conversation say that would be evidence of a crime. So why was did she perjure herself? I think she perjured herself. I think she contradicted herself. And I think that she basically admitted in everything today, all this deflection bullshit that she was doing. Not one point did she say the president didn't do that. She kept saying, oh, you don't know about this guy, you don't know about that guy, you don't know about this crime, or, the president is the greatest, or the Dow is at 50,000. But she not once did she say the president didn't do those things. because that would have been perjuring herself if she said that. Because she knows he did those things, and she can't be out there lying about it because she's under oath. And that is, to me, the quintessential thing about today. That woman was flailing in front of the public, was definitely scared of perjuring herself. She was very aware of it. It's why she didn't answer the questions directly. And she looks like an ineffective and frankly, irresponsible and incompetent attorney general who should be standing down.
Yeah,
I agree with you. Yeah, go ahead.
There was a lot of things. It was such an interesting hearing that I just felt like it was so explosive and it was such a dumpster fire that it was like, it's too bad there's no SNL this week because I feel like they just have all their material would be covered. But also, like, I was like, man, this is just fodder for like late night you know what I mean? Like Colbert or something. Like there was just so many sound bites. But the two things that I really liked was one was Representative Balint, who was toward the end, and she's the one that Bondi called anti-Semitic, and she was like,
"Oh, that was wow."
My grandparents were in the Holocaust. Like that was. Plus, I mean, beyond that, like she did a really, really, really good job. Like she was on fire. But then I don't remember who brought it up, but they were talking about how there was accidental, like they didn't redact the people they were supposed to. And so they brought up the list that was like 50 different victims. And they're like, look, you redacted one in the middle. This is not an accident because you stopped on this page and you redacted one person and you left the rest. So you didn't miss it.
Was that Massey? I think Massey did that.
Maybe it was Massey, but it was like you didn't miss the page. You didn't accidentally, like you literally left like 49 women and redacted one. That's not an accident. Like you can't say that it was missed. And there was just, they did their homework so well. And she apparently has not looked at the files at all. And it was, I don't even know. I don't know how you walk away from that feeling good and going, we got them, guys. Like there was nothing there. Like she even at the end, she was talking to Jasmine Crockett and she goes, look at these, immigrants who are convicted. And Jasmine Crockett goes, yeah, convicted. We put them in jail. Like, what are you doing? You haven't convicted anybody. What is your point? If they're criminals, we convicted them.
So just to let you know, so Jasmine Crockett just asked her, she was done talking. When Pam Bondi started talking, Jasmine Crockett got up and left.
Yes.
Because
so did Balint.
That's so good. Because you're taking the other person's time to respond, right?
Every time. And it just so does not work to have, I don't know what Jim, what's his name? I don't know what what is his position? Like,
Chairman.
Okay. It doesn't work to have a biased chairman in that position at that time. Like you need an unbiased person because it was so biased towards Pam Bondi and what she needed. And that doesn't work.
Doesn't it make you feel like the entire GOP is so complicit? These people supposedly voted for this Transparency Act.
Yeah. Zeb, you're 100% right. That's where I was going to go with this, and because we spoke about this right before the hearing, early in the morning, and we even discussed. We knew where the Democrats were going to go. And I want to criticize some of the Democrats also because I think there was a lot of moments missed today, and a lot of opportunities that were missed today, and a lot of also confusion that put out. I think there was not a lot of coordination. Yes, some like Ted Lieu and Jasmine Crockett, others like, Raskin and others really did their homework, like Massey, they really and went into the question. But then you had others that, like Swalwell all of a sudden went on a self-promotion tour, which I couldn't even understand. I was waiting for him. Then you had others talking about, things happening, the Dow, the economy, like, you had going off track, which I think is a little, what's it called?
Distraction.
The biggest distraction. I think they should have been more coordinated. I think they should have gone in there, coordinated, and said, okay, listen, they know the order, who's going where, and they should have picked the subjects. They should have said, okay, I'm going to start on this. You keep pounding this. You keep going this. Then we're going to switch off to this. Then the next three go on to this. Instead, it looked like each one had their own agenda. And yes, some of them are great. Like Moskowitz, great. He's always great. What's it called? But you kind of heard like it wasn't said. Yes, the Pam Bondi looked bad.
It wasn't coordinated.
It wasn't coordinated, and Pam Bondi,
and yet it still looked so much better than Pam Bondi.
Correct. She was just. I mean, I think, and I was speaking to some Congress people after the thing, and we were just talking, sitting there and discussing, and I said, she did not care because some of them were talking about like how the people saw like November is going to be great, and I'm like, yeah, but she doesn't. They're not planning on November. This is. And today, I think the biggest thing, some of the Congress people that I spoke to today, and I have some more meetings tomorrow, what I'm trying for them to understand, and I think some of them got it today because of the way Pam Bondi was acting, is that they're not planning on having elections fair and square because they after today's appearance, I mean, there was no zero knowing how Mega feels about the Epstein files, knowing how there was zero like even trying to cover it up. The other thing that I want to touch on, like we spoke about earlier, was the GOP. They basically, again, they showed you, what do we always talk about? Look at their actions, not what they say. Or they were talking about all week, all the media was talking about how the GOP met with the survivors the past couple of days, promised the survivors they were going to ask the hard questions, they were going to put Bondi on the spot. Remember all of that news?
Yeah.
Nothing. What happened today? And that's what we spoke. I said, Zev, I was worried that this was going to happen. And they basically, again, and that's why watching the survivors face, the biggest moment for me was during the, I want to call it halftime, but it's not halftime, during the break when they took the break.
The votes,
and you know how many times, I can't tell you how long I stood on my feet, because every time you leave, you have to get back in line. And it's like the line, I can't even explain to you. So just so you understand. But watching the survivors walk out of that room deflated, watching each one of their faces, because at first I was going to do a video of us, and then when I saw them coming, I put the video down. I couldn't even, it was disrespectful, because watching how deflated they were coming out, knowing that, first of all, she wouldn't even, this is the Attorney General of the United States of America. These are American citizens that are, and she wouldn't even look at them. Like she wouldn't even turn around and even, face them. Like she discounted them like they did not exist. Like they were the actual, somehow, what's it called? The accusers, or like they had to prove something, when in all reality, they were being re-abused all over again. You know what I'm saying? Watching that, and that's where it's like, enough is enough of this. When are we as a country? When like I say, and I told him, I said, it's not about Republicans or Democrats anymore. It's about humanity. I mean, at some point, that's why all of this, Donald Trump antics, or Michael Cohen antics, Pam Bondi. It's not funny. These are people that are trained professionally to be able, even like Ellie said, just think about it. It's to abuse people, to scare people. He goes into her DMs to intimidate. This is intimidation 101. You need to apologize to me. Go, exactly. You know what I'm saying to you? That's what Donald Trump does. Okay, just think about it. When Caitlin Collins asks him a hard question he doesn't want, what's the first thing he does? He insults her. He threatens that he's going to sue CNN. He talks about how bad of a person she is. He right away insults. What did Pam Bondi do today? Every time they would ask her a question she didn't want to answer, she insulted them. She turned it on them. It's the same MO. It's like, you see it in Pete Hegseth, you see it in Kash Patel, you see it in all of them. I mean, look at Chris. The worst of them all is Christine Hope. Look at her. She could stand there. She has so much work done that not even a flinch happens on the. It's like bam, it's like, here we go. I mean, are you kidding?
I'm so glad you did what you did today, Lev. I'm so glad that you brought that information to them, because the survivors need to know that we support them, and we're supporting them with the truth, and we're investigating the truth, and we're not going to stop, and that there are people out there that care about what they went through. And if the Justice Department and the FBI has chosen to ignore them for 30 years, we're not going to do the same thing. We see those files, we're investigating those files, and we're going to keep providing information to absolutely get them the justice they deserve, because those people have been suffering so much. And to be re-traumatized again today by Pam Bondi ignoring them in the way that she did, and saying, call the FBI tip line again, people, because for 30 years we've been ignoring you, so we're going to ignore you again when you call the FBI tip line. And the Swalwell thing didn't work, but it did show us one thing. It showed us that if you're Swalwell and you've got an issue, they'll talk to you. She'll talk to you if you're Eric Swalwell. But if you're the survivor of Jeffrey Epstein or the victim of Jeffrey Epstein, she won't even look you in the eye. That's what we found out today.
There was really simple questions too, like really simple yes/no questions that, you walk up to a kid who's abused. Jasmine Crockett did. She's like, I'm not even going to ask these questions of you because I'm not going to get a straight answer. But like,
that's
the
right.
idea of saying, I'm sorry, it's been 30 years for you guys to receive that should have been a really, really easy thing to be like, sorry, we're going to work harder. Like, right? I could stand up and do it. You guys could stand up and do it. Like, they have not taken care of you. We are sorry. It's been done poorly. We're going to work harder. We're going to do better. Like, that should be so easy. She didn't even skip a beat, and she refused. She refused.
By the way, if you want to add Waj in, I'm happy to step out for Waj because I know he's on. I don't know if he's standing by, but he's.
Is Waj? Let me ask Waj if he wants to come up.
I think I just texted that, but maybe it was an hour ago. Maybe I mean. But it's just appalling that look. I think the two things we mentioned that are really interesting about the Dems. It would be nice if they were more coordinated because they had an opportunity to really nail it home today. They could have been such a counterpoint to the GOP, which seemed to ignore the Epstein files completely. That's not going to sell well with the base. I mean, the base wants the Epstein files out. They've said it repeatedly. So for them to be ignoring it is an indicator that they're not worried about the elections, which I think you're right about, Lev. I don't think that they're worried about the elections. They're not going to have the real elections, or they're going to fix them. But it's still going to make the base really unhappy to see the GOP completely ignore this issue and stand by Bondi and let her take over their questions and not really challenge her in any way. That doesn't work for MAGA at all, actually, on the base level. And it's an opportunity for Democrats to pick up some of that vulnerable base that is there. They're all questioning Donald Trump right now. It's a good opportunity for them to try and pick up that support, even if it's not going to be available to them in an actual election, but it's still support.
No, you're 100%. I mean, listen, we have to act and work like there is going to be an election because look, they haven't stopped it yet. They haven't done it. They have a long way to go. There's still a process. It's not like he already hijacked the election. I mean, and we'll talk about it, in the next couple of days as I'm getting more information. But basically, their plan right now is while you're seeing all of these, part of these, what she did today is also distraction, folks, because what really is taking place behind the scenes is you got Tulsi Gabbard running an shadow diplomacy. Call it what it is, a shadow diplomacy, basically. I mean, literally with, the CIA director. This is, and I'm going to tell you some of the stuff. I don't know if I told you guys yet, but let's talk about this. This is very important. So she got Ratcliffe. She got, and the plan is basically Bondi, Ratcliffe, Patel, and Tulsi's in charge. They got voting rolls from Georgia, and I'm hearing they also have gotten voting rolls from other states where they've subpoenaed them and got them. The states have given it to them themselves. What I'm hearing also that the plan is now to send indictments down in Georgia for election workers. And also the plan is to now change the story from Russia interference, where it's going to come into China interference, which will turn it into a national security issue. And once it becomes a foreign entity like China, if they could prove that it was involved, then for the future elections, they could then put federal counters to oversee I mean, I don't know the exact details. This is what I'm hearing from my sources of what the plan is and what they're trying to put into place right now.
They call a national emergency based on the fact that China intervenes in the elections, or so they'll claim. And they can't say it's Russia, even though Russia does intervene.
Right.
But they'll say it's China, and suddenly it's an emergency, and they've got to step in and take over the voting mechanisms in each of these states and federalize them. I mean, that's so cynical, but it's exactly the kind of stuff that Donald Trump can do and will do and wants to.
That's exactly what he's trying to do. And he's only 15 states. It's not nationalizing all over the country. It's literally, it's and they want to do Georgia as the model. Basically, you show that there was election fraud there, show that there was interference there. And that's why I'm very interested to see what the whistleblower, because part of the whistleblower complaint came out also was talk about national security. Also, remember there was that leaked phone call that, at first, I was hearing that it could have been, that it was Russia, that the call that Susie Wiles was interfering. You know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So all of these things that are playing into motion right now is very, very dangerous time where we need to be alert and keep our eye on the ball. And everybody, while everybody has to do their job, while Ellie and everybody else are looking through the Epstein files, we need to stay on top. Each and every one of us here, keep calling each and every congressman and congresswoman and senator, and keep doing it, keep until the dam breaks. Trust me, folks. I mean, it's like, right now, it's like, they say the straw that broke the camel's back. Well, you don't know when that straw is going to be. So we got to keep putting the straw on, keep putting on until eventually that one of those straws is going to break the camel's back. Because right now, Mega today is, like I took a look, they are pissed. Bondi is basically, which congressperson said that? Remember said, how many times did Trump say that you're a weak...
Yeah,
that was good. That was actually see, like that was some good. That like see, that's how you get them. That was real good. Where you could use their own words to insult them. Like say, even Trump called you a weak attorney general. Isn't that true, Attorney Pam? Say
you haven't got any support from anybody. I can't remember who it was, but I remember the moment that was. Look, I mean, they must be pissed because they've lost their support, they've lost their way, and now they really have to do some real criminality to secure the next elections. I mean, this is what they're going to try to do. They're going to fake their way into taking over the elections in 15 states, while at the same time threatening to take away funding from the same 15 states. Right? I mean, it's a dual thing. Yeah. It's a pressure campaign on both sides. They're saying, hey, you blue states, you're not going to get funding from the feds anymore. And at the same time, they're going to try to take over the elections. So it's, causing a hardship on both sides.
Yeah, and they're putting in the Save America Act, which is primarily taking away, helping federalize, because it's not only they're pushing, and this is very important, they're just saying that it's about IDs. It's not just about IDs. You have to read everything that goes in there. And the Save America Act is part of Project 2025, and it was made up by Russell Vaughn and Stephen Miller and the crew to be able to help them do it. So yeah, I mean, this is all part of the plan.
Does Pam Bondi still have more testimony to do? Is she appearing again in front of the Senate, or is she done in front of the Senate already? I think she must be done in front of the Senate.
I think she's done. I think she's done. Tomorrow, I have some more meetings. I'm meeting with Congressman Raskin to go over some stuff. So I'm going to get him in touch with you guys also. And listen, we just got to keep doing what we're doing. Keep with your support, folks. First of all, God bless each and every one of you. I know some of it is frustrating. This whole Michael Cohen thing is frustrating. This whole Pam Bondi thing is frustrating, and Donald Trump is frustrating. All these people are frustrating because, unfortunately, they're basically trying to tell us not to believe our eyes, not to believe our ears, to basically pretend we live in it's like, just like Ellie said, she showed Michael Cohen the case. Now he's trying to pretend that it's his case. Donald, what I'm saying to you, Pam Bondi, Donald Trump, they're all the same. Folks, it's been a long day for all of us, and I'm sure all of you. I want you to end it off by saying that I could promise that as long as we have the support of all of you, each and every one of us is going to continue working. And I like the name the Wolfpack. I kind of, we're gonna grow it. So let's grow the Wolfpack. Because we're going after Donald Trump, going after all of these Epstein circle, and the Wolfpack is coming after you. So, Michael Cohen, if you're in the Epstein files, watch out. Here comes the Wolfpack.
That's the ad right there. Clip it. You got it. Good stuff, man. And shout out to both of you, Ellie. The incredible work you've been doing, and really the stuff you've been reporting about in that journal we've been showing. That I've been doing as well in narrative. There is so much information about how criminal this man is, and how criminal the Epstein network is. And they're running the government right now. And, it's because of your work and Lev's going in there today and absolutely getting this information to all these Congress people. Because, it's hard for them to focus on all these things. They don't have time to necessarily watch or read all our stuff. So for you to go there and present all this information made a huge difference. I could tell in the line of questioning, that there was really, that really informed their process today. So really thank you, Lev, for doing that. And just to echo what Dean said earlier on, you promised us this was going to be a year of action, not a year of just talking, and you're taking real action. So thank you very much for doing that on behalf of everybody in this community.
God bless you guys. I love each and every one of you. God bless each and every one of you out there. Thank you for the support. Keep supporting, independent journalism is what it's all about. Ellie, Zev, Kate Justice, Dean, Nick Prado, the team.
Waj.
If I missed it, Wajid Ali. I mean, everybody. If I missed anybody, I apologize. The family's growing, the team is growing, the Wolfpack is growing, and it's all because each and every.
Keep rolling my eyes.
You're gonna regret that. He's gonna regret that, Dave.
I love that. Anyway, I wish you an incredible evening. We will be live tomorrow. I'm still here in DC. We're going to be coming to you. We have a lot of stuff bringing you, so stay focused. Keep your notifications on, and have a great night. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.
Cheers, Alex. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.
Take care.